the last recording that I recorded, it said 222, and it stopped recording when we started talking about this. And it stopped the recording, and I tried to record it, and it was trying to pause and not let me record this. But that's part of it, though. It's part of it. It's part of the matrix. And so it's like, and so.
It's like.
What was the last thing I said?
You were saying, talking about the.
So I don't.
Oh, the adults. You said adults.
Oh yes. So So when we're adults, when we become adults, it's more. So it's kind of like that gestational cycle or something, or it's kind of like we reach. Yeah, we reach a cycle where the entity, the parasite, has kind of like fully took over, like compromised us. We're fully compromised. And that's why the only way to regain control of our system is to detox the parasites out. Get back in control of the coordination system, the navigation system. Get back in control of the main brain.
The main frame.
Get back in control of the main brain in order to see through the main frame. Wow, because they not seeing through the main frame. They only seeing through the idol.
Right.
They're not seeing through the main frame. They're not seeing through the main thing. They're not seeing through the main vision. They seeing the distorted view of what they want us to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like,
alternate dimension.
Exactly. And it distorts us. And so that's why we get into it with our loved ones, and we think that they're trying to do things against us and stuff or whatever. Like some people, it's kind of like they say, hurt people. And it's like, we're sick. We know not what we do. So if we're thinking that you're out to get me and I'm out to get me, we're just moving in that cycle of fear. And so it's like, but it's like, you're not really looking at the problem and the real enemy and the real issue. The real enemy and the real issue is this entities. It's not us. It's not us. That's why love is so powerful, because it helps us cut through and dismantle illusion. To see and feel and know the truth of what it is. And so it's like, we gotta really kill these parasites, you know? And
it's not, it ain't always physical food, is it?
No, it's not, because it can come through emotions, and then the emotions come up like that, and they try to keep you emotionally stuck, or like crippled in a way, blindsided, and so.
Hey, that's deep though, because that's wow. That's what most of the world is operating off of that, like off of like
exactly,
like a false vision.
Exactly that. I see 3:43 on the clock right now. Oh my God. It said 3:43. So when I see 3, okay, so the 3, oh my God, 3s, mother, father, child. 3s, ascended masters. Ascended masters represent what? Esoteric information that only is able to be accessed from father, mother, child system. Wow. Whoa! Seriously. Oh my God. So much love to y'all, all of y'all that's tuning in with us right now. This your goddess, Venus Sublime, over here with, how you want to introduce yourself?
You can say BT Bay, Prince Bay in the house.
Ayo!
I needed this because this is like, what you're showing me in a lot of this is like really the proper way to tap into like
exactly the system.
The system, yeah.
You want to cut out the middleman. You want to cut out the idol. They train our focus and our view. They train our gaze, right? They train our vision to gaze outside of ourselves. You know what I mean? To really have trust in an outside source. So when I was explaining it earlier, when I brought up the idol, and I said that it's like where you mentioned something about idol, so like being idol, and I was like associating to like an idol, like idol worshiping. How they say don't worship. Yeah, like they say idol when people worship idols. When you worship an idol, you're worshiping in another system, an energetic source outside of your system. When you worship God, right? Where is God at? God's source energy is housed within us. So if God is made us in its image, 12:12 on the clock. Wow. 12:12. So if God, no, yeah, we there. If God made us in its image, then that means that if God made us in his image, then that means we're gonna follow it. We're gonna. Dang, I forgot how I said it earlier. Okay. I was saying that. Stick with me, y'all. Stick with me. I'm with you. Okay, so it's like. We're making a name. This is kind of like it was gonna be like a podcast, but it's just gonna be just a live stream. So it's just like a live download stream. So whoever tap in, it's more so for y'all to it'll be aligned and it'll serve your highest purpose of being able to connect more pieces together. That's why it's so important for us to come together and not be in a separated mind state, not be like it's like pretending like United States of America is like really like United States not of the mind but United States of mind control. So it's kind of like wow, that's interesting. A United State of mind control. Yeah, it's like but the people, but us, we are here to be in a united state of mind. Mm-hmm. Because when we are in a united state of mind, we are together in harmony, in balance, in ma'at, in natural order and law. You know what I mean? And so, absolutely. And so when I was talking about though, like with we are made in God's image. We're made in God's image. So if we're made in God's image, then that means that if we're made in God's image, then that means like what'd you say? Like image. When you say image, we're talking about like an archetype, right? Like a image is like a copy, not a copy. That helped. Yeah, that helped me get back on track. Yeah, that makes sense. Exactly. You're right, because I got caught on the surface real quick. I couldn't get back there. Like, hold on a second. Well, I lost my roots for a second. That's why it's important for us to stay together. Remind and reflect that God consciousness. And you're right. And it's more so if we're made in God's image, and that means that we're going to we're gonna automatically like. Damn, y'all. I forgot where I was going to go with that right now. You was going through. Like, we got to a wall. It was like the image, because I asked you about the image. Like, what's the, like, the etymology, not the etymology, but like, in which way am I describing it? Right. Like, which way am I viewing it? I don't want to lose the whole thing, the whole, like, mindset of it. But basically, I was saying, like, let me not get so stuck in that on that wall or whatever. I'm gonna just say with that though is that we do have, that mother father system inside of ourselves. Absolutely. And absolutely. And when we think about an idol outside of ourselves, we're praising God outside of ourselves, then we're automatically being guided to have a system of trust outside of ourselves. And then we neglect the system that's inside of ourselves, which is the mother and father. When the idol is there, then the idol blocks us from being able to listen to the mother and father within us. So let's say, for instance, we grew up into a family that the mother and father that we had didn't really understand this system, right? And they because they grew up to listen to cipher or to follow a God outside of them, to follow the idol. And it's more so, like you said, the archetypal type of thing. A type of process in the brain to where it makes us think in that type of way. It's more so suggesting a certain type of functioning and behavior, leading to certain behaviors in the way that we act and we be. You know what I mean? And so if another entity can control in the way how we think and act and be and feel, then they can cipher our energy and they can enslave us just by our thoughts. You know what I mean? They don't even have to physically do it anymore. They can just do it with the mind. By us subscribing to the thought that of the idol, because the idol already automatically systematically rejects anything else that tries to override the idol. And the idol is a parasite. The idol is a parasite inside of us, telling us like, hey, you know what I mean? Don't listen to your mom and dad. Our mom and dad is that mom it's always been the mother, father, child, the Holy Trinity. All of those aspects live inside of us. We're not just a human being. We're just not one body that you see. When you walk up to me, you'll be able you might just see my body. But actually inside of me there's a whole system going on. There's actually a mother guiding me. There's actually a feminine aspect guiding me. There's actually a father guiding me. There's a masculine, aspect guiding me. And then there's the child inside of me that is guiding me as well. And it is an embodiment of both. It's an embodiment of both my mother and my father, because my mother and my father is my God. My mother and my father is my God because my mother and my father gave birth to me. My mother and my father gave me light. What does God do? That's what God does. You know what I mean? It's source. It's a source energy. And what gives me my source and my energy? My father and my mother. They nourish me. They guide me. They give me sustenance. They give me the tools that I need to be able to sustain here in life. They are my Bible. They are my basic instructions for me to be able to navigate Earth. Oh, see, you see that, y'all? If y'all slip and y'all fall, it's okay, because you know that you're divinely guided and you'll get right back on track, right? Just have faith in yourself.
Right. They're
stick with it. It's there. Because you know what? I'm sorry. No, excuse me. Let me just finish the rest of it. The rest of it. So it's like, so that host, right? I mean, so that idol right there, that's blocking. It's a third party. If you try to be in a relationship, if you understand when you become an adult, and you're trying to see like, damn, I love this person so much. Oh my God. And the other person is saying the same thing too, but there's just like, oh my God, there's something inside. There's just something. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Like, I want to love them so much, but I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. And it's the idol inside of us. It's that idol that we've gave attention to. Just being here in this united slave mind, United slavery mind. Okay, let's go there. But yes, y'all understand, y'all understand, y'all understand it. So let's immerse in it together, and and really embody that understanding of, if you praise, this is more so the components of the way to think. Basic Instructions of the Bible is a book to help you think better in life, make better decisions, right? And let's just take all of the metaphors and all the glorious pictures and emotions that stirred from it, and just look straight to the source, right? You can call it fact or whatever, but it's more so let's just go straight to the source. And when we go to the source, what's revealed to us is if we think about a God and praise a God and see God and experience God outside of us, then that means any system outside of us is what we're going to invest in, and we're going to listen and trust in that first, because we're trained our mind and our attention and our awareness to be in that type of structure. So that's why people say, oh, it's backwards, because really what is first is the God inside of us. That's why they say God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. It reigns within you because your mother and your father is inside of you, and your mother and your father gave birth to you. As far as what God is, if you listen, if we're God's children, you know what I mean? Our mother, God, if we're God's children, then God is the mother and the father. It's not God is the mother and the father. And so that's another story that we're gonna talk about another time.
See, that's facts.
Yes, it's the mother and the father. That's the complete system. That's the complete system, because you can't because in the trilogy. But like, because I didn't talk about the child part though. I said the mother and the father is inside of us, and we are the child. You know what I mean? So it's like, so it's like they try to depict it with like the angel on one shoulder, the devil on one shoulder, the lady and the man on one shoulder, and then the child in between. And it's kind of like the child, like we're the ones that have reason. Like we can be able to be the ones that can speak to our mother and child and be the one that's making the ultimate decision. Basically, mother, father, you guide me, you give me one aspect, you show me one aspect of the light, you show me aspect of the dark, and then in between I can see, what the truth is as love. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like the inner child is the truth. It's like the inner child is the love aspect, the inspiration. Right. It's like when it's like I don't even know what that is like that. But hold on a second. So it's like you funny. So wait. Okay. No, seriously. Okay, so the child, imagine it was like these two beings love each other so much, right? It's like the mom and the dad. They love each other so much. But then like the idol in their mind that's in between them is like, nah, that lady crazy as hell. She's weird as hell. She's gonna try to control you, and you ain't gonna have no life. You're gonna be her slave. You know what I mean? Like, she's not your master. I am. I'm your master. Listen to me. Then he gonna be like, fuck that bitch. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Excuse my language. No, it's just part of creating a story. Right. But it's not something that I'm gonna just daily just be like, okay, that's my energy. But this is a storyteller, okay? So yes. And so it's like, imagine in her mind is like, she's like, oh well, he's this and he's that, and he's trying to use me, and he doesn't care about me, or you know what I mean? Like he's just here to suck my energy away from me, and he doesn't really love me. He's a parasite. Woo. And then the child in the middle. This is all happening inside of your own system. Your mother and simultaneously happening in your system. Yeah, right. So the masculine and the feminine inside is sometimes that's why they say get out your head, get into your heart space, because that's when you'll be able to really get home with your child, your inner child. That's where your inner child is stored. Your inner child is the reason, the person that reasons, and the child is like, but mom. But dad, and they remind you of how they're like, but mom, he's amazing. Like, Mom, like, do you know how intelligent he is, Mom? Mom, do you know how powerful he can grasp your imagination? Like, hey, do you know how powerful he can hold space for you and just be, you know what I mean? And he's like, the child or she the child's like, but Mom, do you know how, but Dad, do you know how weird she is? You know what I mean? Do you know how like oh my God, do you know like how, yeah, it's like the inner child is a mediator for love to remind us and guide us back to the truth, to break the illusion of the idol outside of us, and help us to come back to our sovereignty. Help us to come back to the truth of who we are. We are not at war with each other. This is a spiritual war. This is spiritual warfare. And it's all happening inside of ourselves. It's going on right now. Mental health and this mental awareness stuff like that, that's real. It's real. It's real because it's more so about this mental warfare going on spiritually in our minds. Spirit, what is spirituality? You know what I mean?
You said the art of expression was not the art of expression was like the
2111. Wow. It's more so like spirituality is your spirit in action, in motion. Your spirit is expressing itself. Your spirit is having this the free expression of itself to express itself as itself in energy, raw form. Like religion contains that. Religion is like a phone. You know what I mean? Religion is like a container. They created the religion and then they created these phones and stuff like that to be able to, or like, these different systems, all these different forms of propaganda in a way to help to solicit our minds, to solicit our minds into, huh? It's to solicit our minds. It's to solicit our minds in a certain state, vulnerable state, to where it can be manipulated, or it can be ciphered and siphoned. What was the last thing you said?
No, I was asking about religion. I said, what, like it's like because when I see religion, I don't look at it as like it's not that I look at it or how
religion is a third party. Religion is a third party, right? So that's why I brought it up like that as a phone, because there's a third party is anything that keeps you in. It could put you in an idle state, in a way.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the ability to not have to process any energy in a way. It kind of like puts you on idle, like autopilot in a way, because we're not doing all the processing.
Right. It's just like
we're just being present, so we can we're being present to see what's being processed, and then we're following that stimulation. We're following that stimuli.
So when we say idol, like, cause I draw on the word idol right now. I just looked it up, and it says like, and I know this is still like, I know we're going to like.
So when I was addressing idol right now in that context, I was addressing idol as being still, or being idol being in like a non-movement type of position. If we're playing chess, it's like you got me in a position to where I can't move. It's kind of like checkmate in a way.
Oh, okay, got you. It's like
I mean, not checkmate, but like stalemate.
Stalemate?
Yeah, stalemate.
I know that from that place. Yeah,
yeah, it's like stalemate, because like we ain't got no other moves. They know where to go. Like, it's just like, okay, well, I'm in this predicament and situation, circumstance as it is. And there's nothing really, like, I don't see no other way how to move out of this way, And so it's like, and so when they put us in that type of like codependent state of being, we have to have, if that's removed, then we turn people into our idols. and we turn the people that we love into idols. And because we need we need a middleman to cipher energy, because we don't know how, it's too intense for us to cipher all this, to be the wielder, to be so powerful with all this energy. Like, how the hell what am I gonna do with all this energy, all this responsibility? So the others that are like in control of that or whatever, that, it's like, oh, no problem, you don't want to control your thoughts and your reality and your magnetic energy building capabilities. Let me do it for you. I got you. I got this whole program for you. All you have to do is download this app. Download this app. All you gotta do is press this button. All you gotta do is get this surgery and let me put this chip inside of you, and you don't even gotta you don't even gotta go nowhere. Everything's gonna just be made for you like that, because you know why? Because it takes too much energy for us to process our own systems. It takes too much energy to be our own computer programmers. We rather just be like, you know what? I don't want to read all of these encrypted codes and take all this time and energy trying to learn what is these codes. You know what? They look like and they sound like they know what they're talking about. Well, let me just try it. It looks successful. That person being over there, Billy told me that his whole family is booming right now because they got their chip, you know what I mean? And they computer processor just uploaded them. They got an upgrade. Look at them over there. But they not understanding that comes with a price. That comes with sacrifice. And they sacrificing their own ability for them to be able to yield and wield their own reality. They're no longer the co-creators of their reality. They're co-pilots. They co-piloting with an idol. They co-piloting with a parasite that they don't even know is a parasite.
Yeah, they don't even know.
They think it's God.
Yeah, you already know where that goes.
Yeah, and that's destruction. Yeah. And that just and then they keep these systems in play to where they keep our focus and attention to keep looking at that, so they make all these beautifully stimulated things, people, sex, all of that type of things that keep us in that idle mode, that idle state. Yeah, nothing that to where we don't challenge anything. Our intuition would be like, damn, this shit feel off as hell. Why do I feel so unhappy that this entity is dictating my life for me? And I gotta just obey, like a zombie.
Wow, obey. That's another way to do it.
Right.
Like, just obey.
So, basically what it comes down to is...
when they pass the form, like when people pass their form, like, because I'm thinking, I had a conversation about my brother extension about ones like Christians who, let's say, not just Christians, I'm just using them as an example, but
right.
a person who goes with that program,
right?
And then when they pass their physical form, then they realize.
Well, because remember I'm sorry.
I'm just making it quick. They get stuck in between the two worlds,
right?
And they don't have anything to. Because they was focused on that, like the parasite.
Exactly. Yeah, they don't have no. Yeah, they don't have no solid ground, no roots. They don't have no roots. That's why it's so important to have knowledge of thyself, education of thyself, being educated of the knowledge of self. Education of thyself takes it a step further than knowledge of thyself, because now I have knowledge about. You know what I mean? I'm educated about the knowledge of myself. Like, I have so much of this information and knowledge and wisdom of who I am, all the way down to the energetics of it, to where I can feel that to be true, to where any parasite or any outside invader or intrusionary or whatever, I can distinguish its energetic signature or its You know what I mean? Let's say if we all got different ships or whatever, like I can be able to read its numbers, and we got different serial numbers. You know what I mean? So it's like, nah, we got different. You don't belong here.
Right. You can tune in. You know when it's.
Yeah, it's like your address. It's like you know what your address is. Everybody don't got the same address. That's in the same area code. If we in the same area code, same, you know what I mean, the same vicinity, you got your address, I got my address. Unless we live together, then that's different. Then that's a whole nother story. That's marriage, talking about intertwining. That's different. That's a whole nother story. But and it's because they still have key components of the same address. Because that's how they're able to be married in the minds. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 6. Wow. Wow.
Right there.
Wow.
You can tell. Yeah, that's deep right there.
You see?
I always put an analogy of the tree. Like, you can tell, like, you know, and like, when you look at the science of the tree, you can tell by what fruit is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like their fingerprint.
Oh, the fingerprint. Oh, the fingerprint.
You can tell, like, yeah, like a human tree or whatever, or like a human plant.
Like, what fruit is it bearing? Is it bearing uncertainty?
Uncertainty. What is this tree bear?
Why is it look like a lemon? Why is it producing peas? Like, you know,
oh my God!
It's supposed to be producing that. Like,
you funny. That's funny. Seriously, it gets deep though. It really gets deep, and basically, like, you know.
You know, it's odd what a lemon tree produces, like coconut tree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know. But I'm giving you an example. But yeah.
And then nobody questions that. Like,
nobody questions it.
They're like, oh, that's just regular. The news. Did you see on the news? Did you see that on the news? Gabby just had an orange. Gabby the pear just had an orange with the pineapple. Like, what the fuck?
Like, yeah, like, how the heck do people not? I know.
It
boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. Like, I get it because I was in that programming, and I just believe. Right?
But we're still in the. But that's why. Remember, I told you about that ego aspect of because the ego just inflates things. Like it. And it's more so like a protection type of thing because when we get in a defensive type of way or just kind of like trying to trying to articulate energy in a way where others aren't articulating it, then automatically we're going to deem them to be wrong because we're articulating it differently.
Right, absolutely.
Right, but then we want to make sure that we stay in a most neutral point of viewing in a way because we're still in the system too in a way. We're still here.
Yes, right.
So
I get that. Yeah, totally.
So it just creates more resistance. It creates more of a distraction and more of the energy momentum of separation, and it takes longer for us to come together that way because now you're gonna have to go through another cycle of trying to breaking that down to be able to see a higher perspective of that. Then you'll come back around and be like, damn, I was kind of low key seeing some things from that type of way too. You know what I mean? So I learned early on that not to be sitting up harshly judging because
right, you're absolutely right. Like you don't want to like come from a you have lessons that
3
help us ward against this.
Yeah, but we do it naturally though. It's not like you were doing it on purpose. It was just like that perspective. But then we don't want to compare. It's because the way that this system has trained us to be also in like a competitive comparison type of mechanism, like type of ways of thinking. And so, we're automatically gonna think that others aren't evolved enough to the capacity that we are. If they're seeing things a certain way.
That's another form of a parasite, isn't it? Kind of.
Well. It's not that it's another form of it. It's just the amount of percentage that the parasite has a hold on you. Wow. Do you hear that noises?
You think you got it, huh? Because Yeah.
I'm hearing like a weird noise right now. Are you
hearing a weird noise?
You don't hear it?
Not at all.
Oh my god. It's weird.
What's going on over?
You hear that? You hear that? You don't hear that. It's, oh my god. Every time I say you don't hear that, and then they make the noise. And then you be like, no.
I don't hear it.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up this podcast for the evening. This one, I guess I'll be naming this one like basically the remembrance through education of thyself. I mean, we could call it so many things, but it's like really like gaining control of our own system, regaining, if anything, whatever you guys leave, away from this conversation with today, I do want y'all to understand the importance of education of thyself. I want you guys to understand like the importance of the structure of thought, the importance of understanding why do we think the way that we think, why do we make the choices that we make, like understanding why we think the way that we think. And if we can better understand those type of structures, we can better reprogram our minds in a way that it's balanced, it's holistic, and it's self-sustainable, and it's not self-sabotaging. Like it's our own sovereign system. The system is pure, holistically, wholesomely. Wholesomely is mother, father, child system. The whole family, the whole squad, gang, you know what I mean? They're working together in tandem. Everybody know their position. Nobody's trying to compromise, like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody is trying to challenge anybody's position because everybody know who they are. Everybody know what it is that they got to do. It's like if you look at the animal, or just the king, like the animal kingdom, or just like how it is, all the animals do what the animal is supposed to do. The human beings are the ones that's out of line over here doing, like they over here. They hopping in the zebra line. Like, why you over there with the zebras? Like, why you over here looking at the zebra's butt, trying to study the zebra butt? What you over there with that tool? You over there with that shiny, the magnetite? What is that? That little magnifying glass looking up a zebra's butt. Like, what are you doing? Go back over there. Ma'at, natural law and order and universal balance. And it's universal law, and it's like, you know what I mean? Let's get us back into trusting our innate system, our mother-father system. It's okay to explore. I mean, if you want to go look at the zebra's butt with a magnifying glass, so be it. We on vacation here in these bodies, in your spirit. If that's what you called to do, that's on you. I'm not judging nobody in that type of way. The most thing that I'm paying attention to is more so like as these multifaceted dimensional beings, you know what I mean? We're multifaceted, multidimensional because we have those energies inside of us. You got mother, father, spirit inside of us guiding us. And mother, father, child, spirit. And so when you add something else, whatever, another entity, another idol outside of that God system. The God system includes the melanated system, includes the father, the mother, and the child. And if you add another entity to the equation, you are adding an idol. That idol will hijack the system and re-navigate the whole system to where now the child listens to the idol. So that's why in this system right now, on the outside, that's the inside. I'm talking about all the soul stuff, all the inside stuff. If we, to be able to confirm that on the outside, it shows that all of these media stuff is all everything is attacking our children's mindset. Everything is attacking our children's spirit and psyche. You know what I mean? So it's like if they get to the child, automatically the system is going to be hijacked. Because the mother and the father is going to want to provide what the child wants. Right? And if the mother and father is also being led by the idol, they're not going to be sovereign in their own systems to be like, nah, what the heck? Get away from my child, idol. They can't offer that to their child, though, if they haven't done that within their own system. If they inner child as themselves, haven't claimed to sovereignly bring together their mother and their father inside of themselves. It's like we're all on this journey and path as inner childs to really be that type of matchmaker to our mother and our father inside of ourselves. That's where our true happiness and bliss come from. That's where inner union come from. And when we connect with another being who is also able to come to that capacity and gain sovereign awareness and sustainability with its own system of the mother, father, child spirit, you know what I mean? That's the only way that, a true marriage can happen. And it's like, a true union. Yes, true divine union. Because it's like,
without the coordinates take biggest, it fall apart. So we need all parts to be.
You're right. Yes, that's all.
Yeah, they all need to be in sync with each other. You know what I'm saying? And especially with the modern day, with modern society and how,
right? Because if not, we're gonna just be with people that still being controlled by that parasite. That's why they say, quote unquote, they stuck in a matrix, and that's why they got Neo being depicted with that worm inside his stomach. And the only way he was able to exit the matrix is by getting rid of that worm. They sucked that worm out of his stomach. He didn't even know that it was there. That parasite that was the idol. But we're gonna continue this another time though, because this is part one for this podcast of the mother, father, child, sovereign system, importance of education of thyself, which is the application of the knowledge of thyself in motion, in action, in demonstration. And so I appreciate you for showing up for yourself today and for allowing yourself to be present in the moment of expansion, allowing yourself to just receive a reset, receive the truth of who you are. And don't just let me tell it. Like, let it sit within yourself. You know, ultimately, you know what it is, and within your system. And we're all just here to bring back that remembrance, bring pieces together, bring our pieces together in a way where we can see the bigger picture and really come together in a true united state of mind. Ashe. So much love, so much grace. I appreciate everybody that tapped in, that's going to be tapping in and listening to this. May it resonate with whoever needs this in this moment and now. So much love. Only love and grace and pure light is encapsulated into this space. Nothing else that is of lower and dense frequency can penetrate our psyche and our beings, because we are fully and thoroughly covered in the protection of education of thyself, and we thoroughly stand firm in that position. Ashe yo.